recently I've been processing how I'm going to go about doing the things that I want to and making sure that I still have time and energy to put and focus towards all of the responsibilities and all the other things I'm involved in and need to keep doing. And I think it's kind of pushed my training more towards a little bit more holistic approach. I'm trying some new things, definitely, and instead of having these infrequent, super long, intense, high volume sessions, I've been breaking up my workouts and just getting something done in bits and pieces every day. And so whenever I have time, that's kind of one of the good things about having a home gym, is I can play around with that. And because currently, if I'm not specifically training for a meet, I don't need to worry so much about my meet conditioning, and so I can try different things. You see right here, I'm kind of wearing my work clothes. I didn't even have time to really change out of my jeans and shirt and tennis shoes before I went back to work. I had time to do some light pressing here. I did 315 for singles, which normally, I mean, I wouldn't, okay, light is dismissive. This is a fairly heavy weight, but the fact is I cut a lot of the volume out of it, and I just did more of these singles and put the pause on it so that I could get some work with it without really beating myself up, so I could save it for the next day. This is the next day when I had a little bit more time to work out. I still didn't have a whole lot. I worked a full shift both of these days. I worked a split the first day, and this day I worked a split the day where I did just the benching. The next day I came in and hit these deadlifts after my shift, before I had a rehearsal to go to, and then actually we did a gig, my a cappella group. And so I was just working with some doubles and seeing how things felt and trying to get somewhere between an 8.5 and a 9. And I actually put on 605, felt pretty good. I put on 655 here, and I think this is the most I've pulled without a belt in a very long time. This is definitely the most I've pulled in my garage on this bar with real weights that weigh actually what they need to, or a little bit more. So I actually, probably this is closer to 660 or a little bit heavier than that, but I pulled it for a pretty solid triple. And I was only planning on doing the 2, and I did the third rep kind of just because it felt so good. But I stopped myself there because I told myself, all right, well, this isn't work up to one set and go all out day. This is get a little bit more volume in. I have some more room to play around with it, but I kept the weight on, did it for a double here, and my grip was actually slipping a little bit. I think my hands were a little more torn up than I gave them credit for. I've been slacking a little bit on my grip stuff, so I'm going to start that up again, and I'm going to make the video tomorrow. Quote me on that. I'm going to have, after my lifting tomorrow, where I do my accessory work and all the stuff that I do, I will sit down and I will look into the camera and show you guys the grip video on how I work to improve my grip that isn't just deadlifting in tomorrow's video. I promise that's coming. Afterwards, I dropped it down to 605, and I did a really long pause, double pause deadlift there, and then I did my benching. I was doing triples, and I think this was my top set for the day. I worked up to 320 here for a pretty easy triple, especially with after how long all those pauses with 315 were yesterday. This felt pretty good, so that was that. Afterwards, I did some band work. I was kind of crunched for time, but this is just kind of an example of some of the stuff I do with the bands because I don't have a cable or anything, so I was doing these are sort of a face pull row type motion with 2 green bands set up, and after I do my set there, I take one of the green bands off and do some push downs. I did a few sets of that, and you guys are going to see that. But some fun facts, I've been benching every single day for the last 4 days. Either doing light rep work before bed, or you saw those 315 singles. I've just been doing something, and I think it's really helped. I'm not going crazy on any of the days. None of the workouts in and of themselves have been insane or really high intensity or really high volume, but I've just been working on getting my volume up, and with the frequency has been ridiculous. So that's what I'm focusing on a lot right now, and I think it's going to keep me a little bit healthier. I think it keeps me from burning out. But we went to Cornerstone Pizza afterwards, and the rest I'm just going to show you guys the live footage. I introduce you to some of my friends, and you get to hear a song. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you next time. Just smile, guys. These are my roommates, the beautiful people. Yeah, that's like the first beer he's had in a long time, but whatever. Josh and Emily, say hi. Say hi, guys. Hi. And then this is Hannah, Michael, and Tristan. They're my friends. They came to watch us sing the songs. And they're my gym buddies. That's Murphy. He's dating my girlfriend's sister, and he is also one of my best friends. These are the guys. Theo, Isaiah, Matt, there's Joette, and then our bass Jacob somewhere. But that was our first open mic, and it was a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did.